Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Today we are reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 8, Attaining the Supreme, verse number 7. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu
Sarveshu Kaleshu
mam anusmara riddhaya cha.
Manasu Madhudaya Cha.
Okay, do we have the on your screen? Or okay, leave it. Mai arpita mano buddhi
Buddhi
mam evasyasi asamshaya.
Samshaya.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna and at the same time carry out a prescribed duty of fighting with your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me. You will attain me without doubt. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This instruction to Arjuna is very important for all men engaged in material activities. The Lord does not say that one should give up his prescribed duties or engagements. One can continue them and at the same time think of Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna. This will free one from material contamination and engage the mind and intelligence in Krishna. By chanting Krishna's names, one will be transferred to the supreme planet Krishna Loka without a doubt. Om Ajnana Nimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namah Om Vishnu Padaya
Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshakarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So this chapter 8 of Bhagavad Gita is titled Attaining the Supreme. And Krishna mentions, the verse we read starts with therefore, tasmat sarveshu kaleshu, therefore. Generally, no new sentence starts with therefore. There has to be something before. Then only you can have therefore. So before this verse there are two verses. Krishna says that anyone who thinks of me at the time of death he attains me. And the general principle is whatever we think at the time of death, we attain that kind of body. And more general principle is whatever we do whole life, that only we will think at the time of death. So there was a businessman who was on the bed, about to leave his body. So from his bedroom he shouted, "Where are my children?" He had 2 sons and 2 daughters. They immediately came inside the room. Said, "Father, we are here." Then he said, "Where are my son-in-law and daughter-in-law?" Those 4 also came. "Pitaji, we are here." So, "Where is my wife?" She also came. "Swami, I am here." Manager, he also came. Driver, he also came. He said, "Whole family is here?" They said, "Yes, we all are here. Tell us what you want to tell." He said, "If whole family is here, who is at the shop?" And he died. Why is thinking of the shop at the time of death? Because whole life he only did shop. Business. Money. So he thought of shop at the time. At the time of death, the mind shows all the images of the experiences we have. So if most of the images are of shop, mind will show that. If most of the images of Radha Shyam Sundar or Rath Yatra, mind will show that and you will go back to Godhead. So coming every day and seeing Krishna, even if you don't do any other activity of bhakti, just coming and seeing Shyam Sundar is a very great positive benefit. Just absorb his darshan. The Brajvasis, when Krishna would go with his cows and calves and his friends to the forest, all the Brajvasis, including the young gopis, they would all assemble around the street where Krishna is walking, just to have a glimpse, just to have darshan of Shyam Sundar. When Krishna went to Mathura, all the ladies and all the Mathura Vasis, they assembled around just to see him one glimpse. That is the beauty of Krishna. That is auspicious darshan. So it is very, very helpful if we every day take darshan of Krishna. And we are so fortunate that we have a temple here, right in this part of the world, in down under, in Adelaide. So beautiful Radha Shyam Sundar. And we are nearby. How many of you stay 1 hour drive away? No, 10, 15 minutes, right? 20 minutes. Doesn't take much time to drive and come and see Krishna. So that's the general principle. If you have a camera and you go out and you see an elephant and you click the picture of an elephant, and in dark room you make the positive out of negative. You know, earlier there were cameras with roll. In dark room you make positive out of negative. What will you see in the positive? Cow or giraffe or kangaroo? Choose one. What will you see? Elephant. You're not going to see anything else. What you click, that will come out. So whole life, what I click with my eyes, that will come out during the death time. There is a dark room. Whole day what I click, that kind of dreams and thoughts I will get at the time of when I sleep. Generally when we sleep, the mind is thinking of the day. What will the mind think? What we clicked in the day. If you watch 3-4 movies in the day, what are you going to think of before sleep? Krishna? No movies. So our mind is like this. We have to give input to the mind. So Krishna says, whatever you do whole life, according is your thoughts at the time of death. And whatever you think at the time of death, accordingly you get another body. So this businessman whole life thought of shop. So at the time of death he thought of shop. And while thinking of shop he died. So next birth he became cockroach in the same shop. After 3 days, the elder son opened the house, opened the shop. He saw cockroach. What did he say? Father, Daddy, Papa, no. He went, took the cockroach, put it in the flush, gone. What is the use of that life? So in this verse, Krishna starts with therefore. Therefore, Arjuna. Tasmat, therefore, what therefore? Sarveshu, Kaleshu, Kal means time. Sarva means always. Sarveshu, Kaleshu, Ma means me. Anusmara, think. Tasmat, Sarveshu, Kaleshu, Mam Anusmara, always think of me. Thinking of Krishna is easy. Always thinking of Krishna is very difficult. To be able to think of Krishna always, we should have control over our mind. But it's not easy to keep control over our mind. Our mind is restless, chanchal. It goes from one thought to another thought. One desire to another desire, one ambition to another ambition. Like you go for shopping and you see a cloth. Wow, red color, very nice. No, green is better. No, yellow is unique. No, black I will look nice. Oh, blue is also there. And after 3 hours you purchase the first one and come. And nobody knows what happened. Why the mind is playing game from one object to another object to another object. Like children like one toy and they don't want to share that toy, and next day they break the same toy and pick up another toy. Mind is like that, like a child. It's not in our control. So always think of Krishna requires practice. Mam Anusmara Yuddhaya cha. Think of me, always think of me and fight. Krishna is not telling Arjuna not to fight. Bhagavad Gita is not teaching us to stop doing our prescribed duties. No, whatever prescribed duties we have as a father, as a mother, as a student, as a manager, as a doctor, as an officer, whatever prescribed duty we have, Ma Manusmara Yuddhaya cha. You continue doing your prescribed duty and always think of me as Krishna standing in front of you. There are 3 types of people who think of Absolute Truth Krishna in 3 different ways. First is Brahma, second is Paramatma, and third is Bhagavan. One absolute truth, 3 types of people. Not 3 absolute truths. Brahma, Paramatma, Bhagavan are not 3 absolute truths, they are one. People are 3 types who approach one absolute truth in 3 ways. So if you ask randomly people on the street, Where is God? Some people will say God doesn't exist. But those who agree God exists, somebody will say God is everywhere. Is that a correct answer? Yes. Correct answer. Some other will say God is in my heart. Is that correct answer? Yes, correct answer. Someone will say God is in the sky, in heaven, Golok Vrindavan, Vaikuntha, kingdom of God. Is that correct answer? That is also correct answer. All three are correct. So those who realize that aspect of every absolute truth, all pervading, everywhere, eternal, transcendental, without qualities, without form, that's called Brahm. Brahm realization. Those who realize that absolute truth is in my heart as Paramatma, localized, one location, super soul, that's Paramatma realization. And those who realize absolute truth as Shyam Sundar in Golok Vrindavan, the beautiful form, that's Bhagwan realization. So Krishna's body, there is light coming out, Brahma Effulgence, Brahma Jyoti, that is everywhere. Like somebody wants to study the sun. So there are three types of students. One completes his study saying sun is everywhere, all pervading. It's a light, no form, no qualities, just everywhere. Is that true? Yes. He studied the sunlight. Another student says sun is at one location, fixed. Sun globe, hot, giving light. Is that correct? Yes. Localized, one location. Somebody says sun god. There is sun god staying inside the sun, Surya Dev, Vivaswan, the person. That is also proper study. So Krishna is a person, Param Satyam, absolute truth is the person, Bhagavan, with 6 opulences. What are the 6 opulences which makes a person attractive? First is wealth. If somebody is wealthy, he is attractive. Second is beauty. If somebody is beautiful, he is attractive. Third is strength. If somebody has good strength in the body, he is attractive. Fourth is intelligence. Somebody may be not beautiful, not wealthy, but intelligent, he is attractive. Fifth is fame. Somebody is famous for no reason, he is attractive. Sixth is renunciation. Somebody who has everything, but he gives up. He is attractive. So these are called 6 Aishwarya, 6 opulences, which make a person attract towards other. Like wealth. Who is the richest person in Australia?
Raina. She's a lady, Raina.
Raina. How do we know? Because wealth, so we are attracted to the news about her. We don't know the neighbor's name, but we know her name. Wealth. And who is the most beautiful lady around? Miss Australia. She is attractive, beauty. And who is most intelligent, some book scientist or scholar? It attracts. Einstein, is he beautiful? Is he very strong? Is he very wealthy? But he is famous, so he is attractive, intelligent. And somebody talks like a bard on the street, he will be attractive, it will become viral, famous. And then sadhu is renowned, so he is attractive. 6 qualities which makes a person attractive. Who is Bhagavan? One who has all these 6 qualities, each of them 100%. 100% wealth, 100% beauty, 100% strength, 100% intelligence, 100% famous, and 100% renounce. He is Bhagavan. And up till now in the history there is only one person who matches this criteria, and he is Shyam Sundar. Any other person you pick up, he doesn't match this criteria. So that's Bhagavan. So we worship Bhagavan, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Look at the history. There is nobody who matches this criteria. Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Chandra, Varun, Vayu. Nobody. So my dear Arjuna, Ma Manusmara, think of me as I am standing in front of you with two hands. That's the form of the Lord. We are supposed to think and perform our prescribed duties. But as we discussed, it's not easy to concentrate our mind on Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came down, who is Krishna himself, and gave us an easy way to think of Krishna, that is to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and thinking of Krishna is both same. Ma Manusmara and Kirtaniya Sada Hari is both same. Manmana Bhava and Kirtaniya Sada Hari is both same. Think of Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What happens when we chant? The sound comes out of our lips and goes into the ear. In between the mouth and the ear, the mind gets stuck. Mind is attached. When we are hearing, the mind is involved. Right? If the mind is not involved, then we are not hearing. So the mind is involved. That means we are thinking of Krishna. So mind gets attached on both the ends. Mind is stuck. So that's chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Ma Manusmara, how to think of Krishna? By chanting Hare Krishna. And Yudhaya Cha, and perform your duty. Bhagavad is not telling you to stop your duty and sit in the temple. Without telling us to Ma Manusmara is there. Sarveshu Kaleshu, all the time remain connected to Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna, by practicing Krishna consciousness all the time. Then what will happen? Mai arpitta mano buddhi. Then your mind and intelligence will get dedicated to me. Because when we chant Hare Krishna, when we think of Krishna, our senses, mind, intelligence, they go towards Krishna. And then you will come back to me, asamshaya. There is no doubt about this, Arjuna. If you think of me, you will come back to me. If you chant Hare Krishna, you will come back to me. So we should apply our mind, our intelligence and our senses in the service of Krishna. Like we come to temple, then our eyes are at the deity, our ears are at the holy name or katha. And our mind is thinking of Krishna, our intelligence is absorbing everything around us. So we are absorbed in Krishna. So more and more we should keep visiting the temple, keep participating in spiritual events, keep doing services. So that's why we get attached to Krishna. And we become spiritualized. Just like if you have an iron rod and you put it into fire for a few hours. Now if you take out the iron rod, is it iron rod or is it fire? It acts as fire. Wherever you touch that iron rod, their flame will happen. So in the same way, we continuously be part of Krishna consciousness, we get the quality of fire, quality of Krishna. We are iron. Krishna is the fire. And we keep in contact with Krishna, we get spiritualized. We get the quality of spirituality. So if you are continuously in touch with Krishna, we will become fire, we will become spiritual, we will become liberated. But the iron rod is kept out and put in water, then we lose the quality of fire. So if you go to Maya, then again we will come into illusion. So we should always be in association of devotees. We should always be engaged in Krishna's service. Should always be chanting and reading. So morning we do morning program, evening we do evening program. Then daytime whatever work we do and whatever contact we have with passion and ignorance, mode of passion and mode of ignorance, it gets neutralized. Like morning we take bath, evening we take bath, daytime all the uncleanliness of the body is gone. Daytime we may be sweaty or pollution or dust or germs. Morning and evening we practice Krishna consciousness. And evening time whatever Maya attacks us is neutralized. So Krishna is giving this instruction to Arjuna. Mam anusmara yuddhaya cha. You fight because you are a Kshatriya. And Kshatriya's duty is to fight. It is called prescribed duty. In Varnashram, there is Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Or there is the intellectual class, administrative military class, business people, mercantile class, and labor class. And all have their duties to perform. So today we have occupations. You may be a particular office or business or trading or whatever. So we have occupation. So we do that occupation and continue to practice Krishna consciousness. The result of our occupation we give to Krishna. Our income we give in the service of Krishna. Whatever we purchase from our money, mostly food, we cook and offer it to Krishna. Cloth, utensils, furniture, accessories, we offer at our altar and then consume or use it. So in that way our income is purified. Then our work also, occupation also gives us some skills. So that skills we use in the temple in preaching activities. And we also get some contacts. So if they are favorable, we introduce those contacts to Krishna consciousness. So in that way we spiritualize our job. We spiritualize our occupation. We give the result to Krishna. Mam anusmara yuddhaya cha. We have prescribed duty. We are not here. Bhagavad is not telling you to renounce your prescribed duty. Buddha is telling you to think of Krishna while performing your prescribed duty and give the result of your prescribed duty to Krishna. Karma phala. The duty, karma, has phala, result. And the result is given to Krishna. And when we do that, our karma is purified. If we work for Krishna, there is no sinful karma. Many years ago, there was a news in the newspaper that one person in America took an aeroplane and landed in a building. You heard that? No? That's called 9/11. Instead of landing at airport, he landed in a building. And innocent people got killed. What do you call such a person? Terrorist. Because he killed innocent people. Tomorrow if you get a news that one person burned a whole city, what do you call him? Big terrorist? Maha-terrorist? Terrorist square. That's Hanuman. Hanuman went to Lanka, burned the whole Lanka. We call him terrorist? No, we worship him. Jai Bajrangbali. What is the difference? The difference is the one who landed plane in the building, he did it for himself. And Hanuman burned Lanka for Ram. For Ram, you burn a city, no sinful karma. For yourself, you burn your gas, there is a sinful karma. So we do for Krishna. Don't go and burn a city now. That's for Hanuman. We do our service to Krishna. So whatever we do, there is no entanglement for Krishna service. Krishna. There is no for karma. There is an entanglement, and there is a result, and there is happiness and distress, and there is swarga and narak. There is So reward and punishment. But for Krishna's service there is no karma. It's bhakti. Service done with love is called bhakti. Service done with salary is called nokri. And there's a difference. When you do nokri, you're a nokar. When you do job, you're an employee. When you do bhakti, you're a bhakta, you're a respected person. There's a difference. When you're serving Krishna, that's the highest service. There's a story that there was a boy in the village and he was not doing anything. His father was going on telling him, but he was not doing anything. So his father is telling him, you should do something. He said, I will only serve the highest person in the world. He said, our village sarpanch, the head of the village is highest, you serve him. So he took him to the sarpanch, the head of the village, and there are so many villagers holding their hands and going down to him, and he was happy. So he said, the father said he wants to serve the highest person. So can you accept him as your servant? He said yes, and he accepted him. And he was serving very nicely, perfectly. So one day the minister from the city came to the village. And the head of the village bowed down in front of him. This boy thought, what is happening? He went to the head of the village. He said, why did you bow down to him? You are the highest person. He said, you fool, he is a minister. And he has 100 villages under him. He is higher than me, superior to me. He said, then please introduce me to him. I will serve the highest person. So he introduced him. And he went with the minister to the city. And every day the minister is taking care of 100 villages, so many problems, so many people coming and asking his help. And he is happy, serving the highest person. One day the minister gives him new cloth. He said, wear this new cloth, we are going to meet the king. He said, okay. He went to the king's assembly. The king was sitting on a throne. And the minister bowed down to him. And many people were bowing down. He said, hey minister, what are you doing? Why are you bowing down to this person? Is he superior to you? He said, you fool, he is the king. He is the king of the place. Like me, he has hundreds of ministers. And we all work for him. He said, then I will not serve you, I will serve him. He said, yeah, this is final for you because there is nobody above the king. So he started serving the king. He became personal servant and the king was very happy with his service. But he saw every day morning, king whole day keeps him with himself. But early morning, king goes alone. He doesn't take the servant. So servant thought, what is happening? Whole day I am serving him, but morning he doesn't take me. Where does he go? So one day he went behind the king to see what is happening. And the king was going to ISKCON Adelaide every morning, 4:30 a.m. And he came here and paid full Dandavat Pranam to Shyam Sundar. And the boy got shocked. He said, king is paying obeisances. He asked the king, who is this? He said, you fool, he is God. He is master of everybody. He said, then I will serve him, not you. And once he started serving Shyam Sundar, he didn't change. Because he is master of all the universe. So finally we have to reach to Krishna if you want to serve the best master, the best boss. Other bosses are exploitative, imperfect. So Krishna is perfect. So Srila Prabhupada has directly given us the opportunity to serve Krishna. Come to temple, pay obeisances, chant the holy name. And hear Krishna Katha, honor prasadam, do services. This is a very great opportunity. So each one of us is part and parcel of Krishna. So somehow or other we should add Krishna to our life. We should keep connected to Krishna in one way or other. And in that way our life is perfect. And out of all these instructions, the most important is to chant our rounds. If you are new, please add Krishna to your life by chanting every day at least one round 108 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gifted us. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us the holy name of Krishna. Goloka Prema Dhana Harinama Sankirtana. This is not product of this material world. This holy name is coming from Golok Vrindavan, not different from Krishna. When we chant the holy name of Krishna, we come in contact with Krishna. And that is a rope. If somebody is fallen in the well, how can the person outside help him? By throwing a rope. If he catches a rope, the person outside will pull the rope up. And the victim will come up. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has sent a rope of holy name. Now we have to catch it. And he will pull us. So catching the rope means chanting every day. Not leaving our japa. So every day minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra on japa beads without pay. That's undeviated devotional service. If we do that, then we have a hope. At the end of life, we will go back to Krishna. No more birth in Adelaide. No more going back in the womb of the mother. She will send you to school anyway. Better this life, last life, we should be determined by practicing very seriously for sadhana bhakti. Okay, we end here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
If you have any questions, you can please ask. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
There's no quality in chanting. And when you know you're not doing it very nicely, if it's still okay to chant, because if I'm not listening inside is telling that it's not that what you're still being trying to push as a soul. I want to chant, but it's me again who's not doing it nicely. And there's a constant fight.
We still chant. And gradually we practice and come to nice chanting. Like children, we send them to school to study. They don't study nicely, what should they do? We still send them, go, it will happen. So we still chant, we are children, and we try to improve. So every day we chant over 16 rounds and try to do it nicely. So we should avoid the offenses. That doesn't mean we don't chant, so no offenses, protected. It's like if I don't drive the car, there will be no accidents. True, but then we have to drive because journey has to be there. So we chant carefully. We perform our services carefully. We follow Vaishnava etiquette. So we avoid the offenses. So when we are dealing with devotees, we don't do Vaishnava aparadh. When we are dealing with books, we don't do Granth aparadh. So whatever decisions we are taking in the day, we avoid the offenses. Right? Yeah. Huh? Granth aparadh means blaspheming the Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, or saying their teachings are exaggeration, or mythology, or imagination, or throwing the books, or insulting the book, or the speaker, misbehaving. Next question. Yes.
Before you said like God is Brahma, Brahma and Bhagavad. And also said he asked like he's in our heart and everywhere and everything. But when we say everywhere, heart is also covered. When we specify mention like in heart, that means like heart is already covered when we say everywhere. So it's already existing everywhere.
Well, technically yes, but generally when we say everywhere is outside us. Suppose you lose your keys and somebody says, did you search? You say, yes, I searched everywhere. But does it mean you opened your heart and saw? No. So generally everywhere means external. General use of the term. So in external, Krishna is in the form of Brahmajyoti. In the heart, he is in the form of Paramatma. So Brahmajyoti is not relating to a particular soul's witnessing or sanctioning the karma. But Paramatma in our heart is sitting there, witnessing our activity, sanctioning our karma, permitting our activity. So Paramatma has a very separate role than just Brahma, than just the presence of the Lord everywhere in the atoms. So that's a special form, Vishnu form, who is doing all this function of giving the result of our karma, noting down our karma, sanctioning our karma, witnessing our karma. So that's why it's a separate category. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
What sentimentalism of
Sentimentalism.
in
See, bhakti in its ultimate sense is full of sentiments, emotional feelings for Krishna. Love is sentiment. Love is a feeling. Love is an emotion. So bhakti in ultimate sense is full of sentiments. But to reach there, one has to go through philosophy and knowledge. So when one is only emotional, without background of philosophy, that's sentiment. We don't want everybody to practice sentimentally, but they cannot be avoiding. So we encourage devotees to practice and keep hearing so that there is a background of knowledge in whatever we are doing or taking decisions. Just like Bhagavad Gita is not written from Krishna. This is philosophy. Now if I only use this as a sentiment and I say, why are you displaying whole day Bhagavad Gita on the counter? How can Krishna be sitting there? It may be cold, it may be hot. And how can 10 boxes be there in the storage? How can Krishna be sitting in the storage? He should have a throne. Right? So I am using only sentiments there. So Krishna has agreed to come in this form and he is okay with sitting in the storage. But I am getting disturbed because I am using only sentiments. Yeah. Sometimes you will see the boxes in the courier are thrown also. And somebody may get sentimental about it and stop couriering. No, they are throwing Krishna. Yes, true, but then that's how things work. So sentiments means only emotions are involved, knowledge is not involved. The higher aspect of it is that we are serving Krishna not because of knowledge that I am part and parcel or servant of Krishna, but just out of sentiments. That my mother told, so I am doing it. Sentiments. If I don't serve him, I will be in pain or suffering. Only sentimental way. But whatever way one do, at least it helps. Okay. Next question. Okay, we'll end here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Kirtan Adelaide. Leave a like and subscribe.